popularly known as cybercrime. And this therefore calls for what we call a sound knowledge in cybersecurity. So I would advise us to actually be conscious of certain online links we click. For your Facebook, WhatsApp, and certain account you operate or use online, always do what we call or known as a two-factor verification or authentication to help us use different password for different online accounts you have. Don't be lazy to use some password or the same passwords, as this keeps your account vulnerable to attackers and hackers. Always use strong password that may include numbers, alphabets, and punctuation marks. Some hackers use what we know as social engineering today, in which they come to you friendly, in a friendly manner to get confidential information from you, which may be your credit card, your BVN, your password, and all the rest of them. Be careful who you give this type of information. So at this point, I want to welcome you to this great meeting once again. Do have a wonderful stay. Thank you, and God bless.
Up next is the information updates from the Secretariat. I would like to inform us all that we have an international community on Telegram program. Some of us are already members, but if you are not part of that community, please ensure to join, because updates are given on that platform from members across the globe. I will also advise you to check the website regularly for updates from the Secretariat and from updates from the Secretariat and from the international community. And if you are not receiving emails, we try as much as possible to capture all the members. But if for some reason you are not receiving emails, kindly inform us, and we'll have that sorted out. Any other information will be communicated to all members via email and other platforms as they come up, as well as upcoming programs across the state, in the region. Thank you.
I want to, on behalf of the regional president of OSHAssociation Nigeria region, welcome on board all our international leaders who are in this platform. This is actually a Nigerian community meeting for members, but our leaders in the international team have made me to understand that they have to be involved in what we are doing in Nigeria, and they want to know and monitor the progress so far. And despite their time schedules in Europe and also in other African countries, they have made themselves available to also be here, some of them. And I will start from our leader and our boss, the Queen of Safety in Europe, in the person of S. Williams. Please, can we clap for him for a big attendance with us here today? You are welcome so much, S. Williams, for joining us from Belgium, Europe. Thank you, and we appreciate it. Another leader here with us from our own continent, that is my own brother, who is very close, but not too close, in the person of Mr. Richmond Porter, who is also here with us. That is the regional administrator of OSHAssociation Ghana region. Please, can we clap for him with a big one, please? Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. These are my active counterparts who are working the foot soldiers in the field. And also my other brother and also my colleague, who is also very close, but from another African country, and also very, very active in what we are doing, and also my counterpart, that is the regional administrator of OSHAssociation Benin Republic region, in the person of Mr. Lee Leon. You are welcome. Please, can we clap for him, please? A wonderful one. Thank you for joining us. And also in our midst here is also some of our leaders, also distinguished fellows in the diaspora, and very active key makers, in the person of Engineer Steve, who's also with us from the UK. Please, can we clap for him? Mr. Steve, he is also a distinguished fellow of the institution. Okay. And also with us here is Mr. Samuel, a distinguished fellow from Turkey. He's also here with us from Turkey. These are distinguished members of the institution at the diaspora. Please, can we also clap for him, Mr. Samuel? Please, we are all welcome on board. We welcome S. Williams for his very brief remark. We are going to give them a very brief remark because I believe they have message for us. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's very nice again to be here and to see that you're with so many. Wow, I'm really impressed. On a Sunday, that's a big thing, I think. And that shows my heart, just as Mr. Wolaka says also, I have this great love for Nigeria. So it shows me to be here. And well, I'm not sure yet what to say because this is an introduction speech. So I hope we are going to well, get more informed about how we best can spread our vibe and make lives better, our own lives and also other people's lives. So I'm very excited to see what comes out of this conference.
Mr. Ali, over to you, please, your brief remark from Benin Republic. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. What a privilege to be with all of us, including myself of Benin Republic. It is a privilege for Nigerian region as it is the root of OSHAssociation safety in Africa as far as Africa is concerned. So you are privileged to be around great leaders in Nigeria and across the world. We are very sure that this meeting and other meetings you have been doing will be added value to your knowledge and experience and skill. So may we all benefit from the maximum as we give undiluted attention to the speakers. So once again, thank you and welcome all of us. Happy to be here and may we all of us benefit from the maximum. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, Meba.
Happy Sunday to everyone. I want to use this opportunity to welcome every one of us gathered in this epoch meeting. Indeed, it is a privilege for us to have this forum to come together, to share ideas together concerning looking into the effect of things that happen in our environment today. There have been a lot of hazards, there have been a lot of dangers in our workplace, in our environment, whether it is in gas sector, in construction industry, in some of these areas. The aims of this OSHA, for me, I believe is going to be achieved in our trainings, which will help us to achieve results and be able to put guide and safety to our life and properties so that we will be able to increase in our productivity and sustainability in our life and our property. The aspect of this safety and health, I believe, is going to help every one of us to save economy, to save waste, and be able to improve in our economy and enlarge our coast. So I want to say that as many of us who have been opportuned to be enlisted in this special institution, we have to put all our muscles, attention, commitment, and dedication to see that we achieve the results and give our ultimate commitment to whatsoever directive and roles that will be given to us to play in this industry. And we should be good ambassadors in our various workplaces, our occupational areas, so that as we go ahead, people who have not been aware of this association will be able to identify with us and help to improve the safety of our environment and workplaces. I want to thank the organizers. I want to thank the leaders and the regional presidents, and also to acknowledge the executive and the national secretariat staff and the technical workers of this program. I am saying that as we continue in our program today, we should give our utmost attention to each and every one of us. Thank you, moderator. Thank you, our international leaders. May God bless every one of us as we enter into our program this evening. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. A big one for our own distinguished fellow from Nigeria here. And we also want to have a brief keynote speech from our distinguished fellow in the diaspora, in the person of Engineer Steve. Please, over to you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Emmanuel. I want to say thank you to all our people from all over the world, from Europe, from Ghana, from Nigeria. It's wonderful to see us again this evening. It's a lovely Sunday for us. I just like to mention to us that are here today that health and safety is very, very important in any nation. And if you want to make it work, it will work in Nigeria. And this I can see the group of people that will make it to work. I know many of us in all over the places might feel, oh, why I want Nigeria to be like Europe, like America, and some other things. And I tell you, if it's going to be, this is one of the reasons, this is one of the things we're going to start doing. This is one of the things we're going to take as a priority. This is one of the things that the government will understand that they have to do to save life, to do things in the right way. And it does not matter who the person is. If you don't do it right, you will be, will be dealt with by the law. And so health and safety is about saving life. So whoever does not have regard to human life, I think we should not spare such a person in a community. I just want to highlight to you that's what we call a safety pyramid. And where we are now in Nigeria is presently what we call advocacy level. There's advocacy level, there's advice level, there's education level, there's training level, there's consultation level, there's improvement level, there's prosecution level. And presently, you can see it's like a pyramid. Nigeria is presently at the advocacy level, which is the smallest level. We're just trying to advocate that health and safety is okay. I know one of these days we'll have time to deal with this particular area. And let me tell you, in Europe and US, and especially in Europe, which is a mother of health and safety, I can tell you we are right at the level of prosecution, because whoever that does not allow health and safety to work, even in a house, in a company, on the road, all over the places, the person will be prosecuted. It does not matter who the person is. And so it works in our land. So if you want it to work in Nigeria, it will work. Last week I was dealing with some fines, and all over the places I could gather together over 100 prosecution people that were fined in the court to make sure that people's lives are safe in industry, on the road, and all over the places. If I ask you in Nigeria for the past 1 year, how many people have been prosecuted for health and safety reasons? Virtually none. If they're prosecuted for 1 million, they will pay one naira and they will go because of who they know. So I want to tell you, we're at a very, very important level in health and safety in Nigeria, just at the base level, the advocacy level. And it is you people that can go about and make it work. We can move on to the training level. We can move on even to the educational level. We can move on to consultation level. We can move on to improvement level, and we can move on to prosecution, where nobody can kill somebody in his industries, on the road. I think is a big man is going to go scot-free. People's life must be important to us. I welcome you on board. I know we still have more time to discuss more things in the later on as we progress into the year and to the new year. Thank you. Over to you, Engineer Emmanuel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A big hand for him, please, because in fact, engineer have told us exactly where we are. So we don't need to look for where we are. We are just at the first stage of this business when it comes to health and safety. That means we have not even started. And that is why an institutions like Occupational Safety and Health Association is pushing very hard, not to just do it alone with the leaders, but to do it together with the ESCOs, with the members at every level, starting with the honorary members or honorary fellows, down to students levels, to drive this movement so that the impact can be felt in the society. I think that is the aim of what the association want to achieve right now, and other countries are also following the same path. So I believe that with the push we are doing, we are going to get there. It's just a matter of time and full-time commitment to get this achieved. Okay, we have also seen on board, I've seen His Royal Highness, the Chief Executive Autofit, Oil and Gas, a distinguished fellow of the Institute. He is going to give us a welcome address in the absence of the regional president, Dr. Dahatu Mohammed, who's supposed to do that. Your Royal Highness, over to you, sir.
I welcome each and every one of us to this wonderful forum. At the end of all this, we'll all go with some values and some like we have always preached and always advocate that safety is for all, and safety is number one in all what we do, both at the national level and even right from our home. It's like an oasis. We should be able to create an oasis of sanity. When there's sanity, there'll be a level of safety compliance. And if I'm able to make sanity in my own community, in my own house, and you are able to do that in your own house, and we all are able to do it around, then the world will be a global place and a safety place for us to live. There's no doubt that this level and stage that we are is still advocacy, but we are moving higher. We need to preach more and more and more for safety. Safety is very, very important. As a matter of fact, we should come on as first in the agenda of discussions as far as this our community is concerned. So I welcome you all as we'll be deliberating, and each and every contribution is very, very important to us. And at the end of the day, I pray that we'll all have a full understanding and we'll all be able to have something to go with. Thank you all. You're welcome.
Okay, so we'll be moving ahead with the presentation. We'll have Mr. Chris Michel, who is the fellow of the association and the vice president, River State chapter of OSHAssociation UK Nigeria region, to talk to us on promoting safety awareness in Nigeria through collaborative efforts.
Everybody.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, let me quickly share my screen so that we can get rolling. Okay. Yeah, I welcome every one of us to today's meeting. It's one that we've all looked forward to all these years, and I am glad that we've been able to put things together and we are having it today with all protocols duly observed. I'm happy that our international partners from Ghana, from Benin Republic, and UK, and the Queen of OSHA, Els Williams, is also here. I'm happy to see every one of us here, all our members across the country, great fellows. You are all welcome here. And I trust God that at the end of today, we'll have something to take home at the end of the day. You are all welcome. Today is a great day, and we are looking at how we can collaborate together to push the value, to push OSHA, to push safety and preach safety. Just like our Royal Highness rightly said, we all need to preach it in our homes, in our offices, in our churches. You know, Nigerians, we are very, very religious people. So OSHA is something we need to, safety is something we all need to preach all over the world. Health and safety is all about saving life. And today, briefly, I'll just be talking to us how we can work together as a team. Safety is a very, very high level goal. It takes a lot to preach safety. It takes a lot to be an advocate of safety. It takes a lot to speak safety, and it takes a lot to be able to win other people to come and join this cause we are talking about. Without safety, there's no nation. Without safety, there's no family. Without safety, nothing works out well. And so from the student chapter to our local and state chapter to our corporate chapter to our national level, our regional level, safety is about life. And you know, during the induction, the queen of safety of OSHA, Els Williams, she talked about leadership parenting. You know, I reshared from a permission, I reshared that message to a group of over 500 married people, couples. You won't believe the impact that lecture she gave us had on those over 500 couples. That's to tell you that we all learned that day, and I was able to pick that same thing she taught all of us, spread it across 500 couples, and the impact was wonderful. Testimonies are already coming from all those families that I shared the same thing she shared with us. And so today we are looking at not just being a member of OSHA. It doesn't end at being a member. It doesn't end at induction. We must work together. We must be willing to come together as a force from the student chapter to the local level, to the state level, and take this advocacy, just like our partner in the UK just said, that we are the pyramid, we are the least level of the pyramid, which is the advocacy level. But trust me, whatever Nigerians put their hands to do, whatever Nigerians decide to pick and run with, I can assure you what it took the UK, the Europeans 10, 20 years to achieve, we can achieve it in a very short while. That I can assure you. That one I can assure you. Individuals, there are things we need to know. People are motivated at different level. The students could be motivated at, in their different faculty, having free training seminars. The state chapters could be motivated at different level. But one thing is sure, it's only when we come together as a team. It's only when we work together. It's when that is the only way we can be more creative. That is the only way we can produce better, higher, and quality results. One of the new chapter leaders in Edo State, I want to mention his name here. He just came on board during the induction, and in the last 3 weeks he came on board. I have been interfacing with him. If I tell you the extent to which already he has taken this message of safety to, you wouldn't believe it. In the next 1 or 2 weeks, we'll be having a training with over 300 college graduates in the School of Health in Edo State, preaching safety to them, bringing them all on board. This can only be achieved if we have one mind, if we are willing to take it together. I think a few days ago, I attended the student chapter meeting, and I was glad seeing students coming together, ready to preach safety, ready to take OSHA to all over their faculty, the institution. But this is only made possible if we are willing to come together as a team. But when coming together, there are things we should expect. Each time we hold our student chapter meeting, our state chapter meeting, our local chapter meeting, we must learn to encourage brainstorming. We must learn to build trust on each other. That is the only way we can move faster. We must understand that every one of us, we are coached and we are led by one person in the team or the other. From the analogy Els Williams gave us, if you remember during the induction, she said she gave us a personal life story. I tell you, that story took me to another level of working with people as a team. That she worked with her son as a team. There's no time for rebuke. There's no time to talk him down. But instead, she hardly blamed him for whatever she has not taught him. She took her time as a mother to show him the right path. What she doesn't know, she admits. When she's wrong, she says sorry. That is the only way, because gradually in a different institution, in a different local chapter, in a different state chapter, we're going to be having meetings, maybe via WhatsApp, via the Zoom, via other channels. There's need for us to understand that the success and failure of safety of OSHA in our institution, in our chapter, depends on the whole team. We must not blame our failures on oh, Mr. A caused this because Mr. B, because the chapter president was not here, that is why this did not go on. No, it has to be a teamwork. It has to be something we all agree to do together. Personal sentiment are put aside. Is a joint effort. You just see what happened this evening when our national administrator, Engineer Emmanuel Walaka, he said he is shocked that the international team said, no, whatever is happening in Nigeria, want to be part of it. That is a teamwork. And in every teamwork, there's need for us to be positive. There's need for us to maintain what I call PMA, positive mental attitude. Guess what? When you are positive, it is contagious. You know very well, success has many friends and failures don't have any. So when you are positive about OSHA, when you are positive about safety, it's like a virus, it spreads. Others want to see this cause we are so passionate about. I've seen else give 1 or 2 lectures at different fora, and I keep on telling myself, someday I'm going to be like else. Someday I want to see myself, because she said she thinks safety, she sleeps safety. All about her is safety. And guess what? Whenever she finds herself, she will have no other option than to spread this virus of safety. So that means the word virus is a positive virus, this virus of safety across everybody. This we can do if also we focus on listening to each other. How do we collaborate? Yes, it will take lots of energy. We need to build our thoughts on each other. We need to encourage each other. The young guy at the faculty trying to build his faculty, you need to encourage him. The student chapter leader, maybe in FUTO, maybe in APSU, maybe in Uniben, maybe in Unizik, there's need for you to encourage them. And you must have confidence in your idea. At the end of every meeting, everybody should be happy that, wow, we have achieved a whole lot in this institution. We've achieved a whole lot in our state chapter. Each state chapter, this is the time to begin to come together, be on the same page, and move the body very forward. But guess what? When we don't come together to collaborate, when we don't work together, the result it brings, it evokes defensiveness. It will shut down brainstorming. Nobody wants to join the meeting. Opinions are no longer helpful because we don't want to take our opinions. One negative spin could just spoil the entire discussion. Our energy will just be focused on internal issues and we cannot move forward. Therefore, there is need for us to come in and work and bring productive collaboration. Now, guess what? This is what productive collaboration looks like. Only 1 or 2 persons will do the talking. If you watch very well in this forum, our brother from Benin Republic has spoken, the man from UK has spoken, the man from Ghana has spoken. Everybody is talking. It means what? We all take ideas together. We all learn together. Our international Telegram platform, you need to see what happens every Saturday. Everybody's idea is useful. Everybody's idea means a lot. So as we begin to plan at this level of advocacy, it is important we get it right. It's important we don't shut people down in the meeting. It's important when we come together to discuss, to move the idea together, to move OSHA together, we should believe in ourselves. We should work with one mind. We should be ready to network such a way that in a short while, we'll take over the campuses, we'll take over our government agencies, we'll take over the churches, we'll take over every part of the country. Everybody will preach safety and safety. When networking, there are things we must understand. We must learn to own our accountability through collaboration. We must learn to listen to others. We must learn to hear their ideas. We must learn to work with their ideas. If the idea, whether the idea comes from you or not, you should be ready to run with their idea, with that idea, so long as it brings results. It's a collaborative effort. We are doing it together. OSHA Nigerian region is a together effort. It's not fact, the job is not meant for Engineer Walaka alone. No, not at all. I remember January this year, we had an international conference in Dubai, and the Royal Highness had time to speak with us. We had a brief meeting, and the meeting we had was very, very productive. He said there's need for us to begin to move to every state agencies, every fire service department, and begin to preach safety. Because guess what? Most of our fire department across the country, you are well aware too, even if you have the equipment to work. But if you don't preach safety to them, until it happens, we never can tell. It could be our family, it could be anybody. But when we come together and collaborate, guess what? the zenith, the top is what we can achieve. But some things can block collaboration. Certain indicators can affect us from not collaborating very well. Things like certain persons, could be blocking the collaboration. And I have defined blocking as when one or two members, they behave in a way that possibly could disrupt the flow of our information within the group. Certain persons could be what I call the aggressor. Aggressor is somebody that disagrees with other people. They don't speak all the time. Whatever you say, they don't want to agree with you. I could term them as the aggressor. The negator, this one, they often criticize other people's idea because it did not come from them. And you have the withdrawer. It doesn't participate, she doesn't participate in the student chapter discussion, in the state chapter discussion, or whatever fora we have, OSHA group. No, let them talk. I'm just listening. When they are done talking, I will carry my bag and go. No. We are going to work as one. And then you have what people have termed the recognition seeker. You don't have much to say. I hope we'll be following.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly take the last one. Now I said, and the people I called the recognition seeker, in every gathering, they just want to dominate. They want to be boastful. They want to take charge with little or no idea to help the group, to help the association, to make us move forward. We are putting all that behind now. We all want to come as one. Student chapter leaders unite together with faculty leaders, VP in different states, come together with every members. Those in the regional headquarters come together. Each time the student chapter leaders need one or two support, please support them at all times. They need materials, they should have materials. And then you have those that have called the joker. At every given time, they bring one or two inappropriate joke just to disorganize the discussion. These are people we should watch out for and be able to teach them, inculcate the spirit of safety to them such that they know that whatever we have come for is a serious matter. None of us have left our tight schedule to be here for just to play. No, Nigerians on Sundays seems to be a very tight time for them, but that we are all here to learn, to hear, it means we've got one mind, we are willing to take this association to the next level. And then you have those are also called, we must learn to be, we must be aware certain times when we gather like this, not to create conflict or to create tension. This can happen at different fora. That is, we must learn to put past baggage, put them behind. If the last meeting we had issue and it was settled, please don't bring it in again. Let's focus on the future. Let's focus on how do we move to the next level. If you have agreed at the faculty level, next week we're going to meet the so faculty. We're going to go from class to class. We're going to go from door to door to advocate what's it about. It is not time to begin to cast blame, to move forward. If you have good ideas, please be free. Suggest your idea in that will take us to the next level. Drop your ego. It is time to work as one. We must be aware also of certain things that want to stop our future moving forward. Negative statement, sarcasm, non-constructive feedback. Because of time, I may not be able to have enough time to begin to explain to you part of those constructive feedback. But guess what? When you bring the right feedback, we'll get the right direction. Constructive feedback is not critical. It is not accusatory. It is not vague. It must be constructive. It must be useful. It must be meaningful. It must impact on the association. And it is easy to understand. It's clear. That is, you don't give constructive feedback when you don't say anything at all. I mean, there's no point talking. There's no point talking. You don't give a vague or feedback. Not at all. You don't give unclear. I was in so and so faculty. They said XYZ. The class rep said this. Make it as clear as possible. Institution. They say OSHA will not work. It's not going to work here. No. Don't try and make your point like a small ante to a big mountain. No. It is time to believe in what we can do and achieve it. Sometimes sarcasm. You could say, oh, of course, you never make any mistake. That's why we did not add whatever. These are just examples. Instead, we shouldn't say that. Instead, we could say, no, whatever you have said last time, it was a mistake, but we can get over it. These are just some few examples I just put here, but I'm going to go through them very, very fast. Now, what is the outcome when you give constructive feedback? It will move us forward. We will make progress. Our rapport will be built among our members. There will be increased communication. That is why during the last student chapter meeting, most of them said they want to have WhatsApp platform where they can interact amongst themselves. That is very good. But I also want to say that for the student forum, I will advise a Telegram or thereabout, or 257 persons. And if you're a student in an institution, I'm very sure you are much more than 300. But the Telegram platform can take as much as 1,000, even 10,000 persons. The Telegram platform, if you open such platform, you should be ready to put certain rules in place. Most of us get these things on our WhatsApp, all manner of link, like Odunze said something when he came on at his welcome address. He said, you must be careful not to click any funny links that will be asking for some personal this, because of course we are in this era of cybercrime, which we must also watch out for. So with the Telegram platform, you can control certain things. You can manage what comes in. You can manage info that people bring in. You should put certain rules. Each time you open the platform, it is to discuss safety. It is not time to start discussing things that will not improve, that will not impact positively on the organization. New members, old members, you are welcome to the world's greatest forum that talks about safety. This forum is, I can tell you, is one of the best forums you can ever be. But it is time for your own idea to build this bridge we need. And this bridge can take us to the next level. It's not only when we have time to say we have international conference, everybody wants to come in. No, at the local level, we must begin to, advocate, talk about safety everywhere. Also, when we give constructive feedback, it means each individual will become confident of the new things we try, and there's room for innovation. Whoever brings in this new idea in that particular forum, guess what? The person becomes self-motivated because his idea was taken, his idea was tried, and it yielded results. These are some of the possible outcomes when you give constructive feedback. And now, when you receive feedback, what do you do with it? It is good to speak up. It is good to ask for clarification, especially without defensiveness. It's not the time to challenge the feedback. It's not the time to focus on what you get personally, but it's time to focus on how do we move forward. It is time to ask some good follow-up questions. It is not time to take it personally. It is time to come as a team, take those ideas, run with them, polish them, look at them very well, and apply them. It is time to listen, ask questions, not time to start arguing or to start getting defensive. We must also know when to disconnect. That is, if our collaboration begins to turn into unproductive conflict, rivalry, quickly we must disconnect such forum and get to the main reason why we are gathered. Have you observed that each time we have a forum like the OSHA forum, we keep to time? What we discuss is impactful. All our discussion are resourceful. All the things we will discuss about, you can take home something values at the end of the day. That is how our different forum at different level should also look like each time we come. Guess what? Who can do all this we've just said in the last 20 minutes? It's you. It's me. The safety of our country, the safety of our state, the safety of our nation, the safety of our local government, the safety of our government and personal agencies, the safety of our corporate world, the safety of our families is depending on you and I. And it is time to go out there and take OSHA and take safety everywhere, training, educating people all about safety. You and I can do it. And I tell you, as Nigerians, we can get there. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Please, if you have questions.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Show for that awesome presentation and for that reminder that we all need to work forward to as we will say here, to get OSHAssociation UK to the promised land, right? So thank you very much, sir. And over to the next item on the agenda, I'll be inviting Engineer Owalaka to first on modes of participation. There are new members on the platform who are, who don't quite understand how the system works. So this will be a reminder for us and for them on how we can all collaborate to for a more impactful association UK Nigeria region. Engineer Walaka, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me on board. I would like us to once again appreciate our VP, Vice President, Rivers State Chapter for that wonderful presentation. Please, can we still appreciate him once more? That was actually a great one. He did justice to that topics. Safety is a collaborative effort. It's a collaborative effort. And we have to take it as he have actually elaborated on it for us to have the kind of understanding we need to have, the kind of ideologies we need to also apply to make sure that safety succeeds. We have also grabbed something here today from what Engineer Steve, our distinguished fellow from UK said. He said, we are still on the awareness level. And I think that is one of the reasons key why we are here today. The need. In Nigeria, we have over 200 million Nigerians. Sometimes I ask myself a question, how many millions of Nigerians knows about what safety is all about? In churches, you see people giving testimonies that, my child drank Jack, my child drank sanitizer. It was in the church sometime, they say, my child drank sanitizer, he put the sanitizer in the mouth, he will play. So these are all levels of negligence of safety compliance, even at home. So if we are serious as safety professionals, we need to take safety at heart, not just as a profession, but as life. That brings me to a question and a course I'm working on. Who is a safety professional? Who is a safety professional? A safety professional is not one who have OSHA certificate, whether membership or training. A safety professional is not one who have ISPON certificate, that is Nigeria Safety Professional Certificate in Nigeria. A safety professional is not one who have NEBOSH certificate, which is National Examination Board for Occupational Safety and Health in the UK. A safety professional is not one who have IOS certificate, that is the Institute of Occupational Safety and Health UK. None of all these are safety professional. So who is a safety professional? A safety professional is one who cares for life, who advocates to save life, who gives life value by integrating safety measures and procedures to ensure that lives are safe at work and at home. If you don't put safety measures in order in your home, your children will gamble into accident, home accident, and fire incident, and you will spend your money, and if you're not careful, you lose them. So who is a safety professional? That is a message for us. The few clip of this message will come out in due time. But it's just for us to have a clip. Who is a safety professional? Yesterday is part of what I'm talking about. I'm not going to talk about the step 1 of my agenda, which is the roles and responsibilities of members. My senior colleague have already said it. The VP Rivers State Chapter have said it all. He have said it all. We have seen so many things happening in professional bodies, in unions, in chapters, so many fights of different kind of vices over there, seeking for positions and seeking for influence and recognition that add no value to the system, add no value to the society. I'm so much in love with this institution because from the one I gambled into it, I knew I'm working with people who values life. And as an international institution, we want to carry that very particular ideology down to the grassroots without any addition or without any subtraction. And that is what we are doing in Nigeria, both in Ghana and in other countries where we are. Yesterday in Abuja, we trained all the FCT principals in Abuja. The board chairman of Education Secondary Board called me. He said, gentlemen, you guys are doing a great job. Everybody was so happy. They are resuming school tomorrow in Nigeria. How prepared are they to secure the life of these pupils, of these students? When we are called on that project, we are so delighted. Irrespective, they said they don't have money. We said we are ready to do it because I know my boss in Nigeria, the regional president, just like last time, about 2 months ago, we were the Minister of Works and Housing. He told the minister we are discussing about the training and all the whole thing in the Ministry of Works and Housing in Abuja. The minister, they said there is no money. He said, look, we are not here for money. We are here to impart you guys. And we are coming for a partnership of life, not a partnership of money. The minister said, okay, approve. The training is holding in few weeks from now. So these are the kind of ideology the institution we belong is going with. This is the kind of ideology, the kind of mindset we have. So we try as much as possible to do the needful to save lives, not to just to do the business as usual, because in the international community, in the developed world, they don't pursue what we pursue. With my little understanding, I have came to understand they don't pursue all these things we are looking for. So the responsibilities have been spelled out, and we have already got that very clearly. Now, the next point of agenda is business opportunities and openings. The business opportunities and openings are tied down to making sure that this awareness goes down to every corner of this country. We should beat our chest to say, yes, we are impacting 50 million Nigerians with track record, traceable, and very, very easy to be able to measure the level of the impact, the level of the awareness, to measure it. The opening, just like Mr. Steve said earlier on, we have different programs. Some of these programs may not generate money as we expect, but at least it's not the money that drives us, it's the impact we are creating in the industry, it's the impact we are creating in the society. Many of the things we have been doing at the national level have been coming without no struggle. The FCT management board that brought the letter for us, we were just there, they came in and said, look, we have to do this because they have carried out a research to find out that we are capable and we are distinguished to do the job. And these are what gives us happiness. These are what gives us the joy to continue the advocacy, knowing fully well, just like Engineer Steve said, we have not gotten anywhere. How can you be talking about enforcement when people in Nigeria don't know what safety is? How can you be talking about inspection and execution or whatever it is in the industry as we see it today? You see in the ministry, they will come and say they are coming for audit, they are coming for this. The guidelines and the procedures to execute these things, the people at the front line in the industry don't really understand what it is. Just like that yesterday when we are doing the training on COVID-19 for school resumption on safety, you see some of the principals, so they are turning the nose mask upside down. The plate that's supposed to be inside, they are turning the whole. So everybody are just wearing something, not knowing what they are wearing, not understanding how to wear it, not even knowing. They just say, they said we should wear something. They are just wearing something. So that training was able to give them the understanding, give them the training, give them what they are to embark on doing from tomorrow as the students goes back to school. So this is the kind of jobs that we need to do at our various state level, at our student levels, at state levels, institutional levels, and who are the people to do this? I'm not the one to do it. President is not the one to do it. You are the one to do it. Because you are in your own locality, you are in your own society, you are your own local government. So you can do it. We can only collaborate and partner together to do it. Once you have informed us, and many of us are already doing something already by informing us. Last week, we have so many things happening in Abia State. We have so many things happening in Imo State. We have so many things happening in Port Harcourt, in Edo State. Members are the one doing it. The national team are in Abuja doing the one they're supposed to do. So the job of business is key to how you see it, and is key to your understanding by the virtue of this kind of understanding or kind of training we are giving today. We need the student chapters to be open in all the universities in Nigeria. Because if we start building the awareness from the elementary level, just like Engineer Steve said it, not only when they are coming to NYSC, they are running after HSC certificate, and their mindset is that once they put the certificate in their CV, they will be called for a job. It's not true. That mindset have to change. If we want to change for real, just as the UK is doing it, we have to change the mentality. We have to change the ideology. We have to change the focus. Because the certificate does not talk. We have so many carrying safety certificates in Nigeria, they don't understand what it is. I have been recruiting as a consultant for so many companies. They don't understand. I'm telling you, they don't understand. You will ask somebody what is safety. Say safety, 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 safety. It will take you 1 hour to answer what is safety. You ask him, okay, in this kind of sector, in the construction sector, you want to be employed as a safety coordinator, as a safety manager. What are you expected to do? He said, well, when we get there, we'll see how things are going to. These are the people killing people in the site. In the UK, a safety manager cannot be in the site. An accident is happening. Please, 1 minute. I have to switch on my. What I'm actually talking about is for us to have a rethink and a refocus when it comes to issues of safety. We are actually serious for business, and business comes when we do the needful. The business is open there. We have so many students, as the VP River State said. In fact, he has been doing a good job in River State, Lagos State, Imo State, Abia State. Many states are kicking off. His Royal Highness said it last time during the fellow stakeholders meeting, which they had about 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. Because so many things is unfolding. The need for the leaders, for the stakeholders, who are the fellows of this great institution, to sit up to their responsibilities, to use their relevant positions, their relevant high offices, their good offices, to impact society, to impact the industry, to impact this sector. This is a serious sector. And for us to get it right, everybody have to be involved at the higher level. Some people have called us to say, look, why are we always getting all this, which I have heard it over time, that OSHAssociation is after the timber and calibers in Nigeria? I laughed. Of course, yes. We don't need to talk. We talk by action. The institution is talking by action. So anywhere we are, we try to make sure that we are impacting positively. You cannot practice safety from the lower level. You cannot practice safety from the middle level. You must practice safety from the top. If the chief executive have not approved and released money for you to do the needful as a safety manager, you are just wasting your time. That is why the association is very key in the fellowship registration of top stakeholders, because they are the decision makers. They are the one who says what happened in any organization. The government is the one who regulates the system. So it's one of our global strategy is to get them from the top. It's one of our global strategy. Everywhere. It's not only peculiar to Nigeria, even in Ghana and also UK and whatever. We try to get the top. The last year, I was opportune to travel to the UK with other team members. We were hosted by the House of Commons. We were hosted by the councillors of various councils in the UK, both from the London, from Manchester, and so many of them, to discuss how these things work and how to take it home to various African leaders that participated in that event. That is what we are talking about. Safety is not a cheap game. It's a serious game. And it's practiced at the top level, not at the middle level. And that is what we are practicing. So I was so glad that His Royal Highness was the one who hosted that meeting, and they have agreed to make sure to support the institution to get to the top by making sure that the vision is achieved. What is a vision? Making sure that safety is integrated in every organization, in every workforce. And we are the one to do it. And it's business. It's business. We have been doing so many trainings and so many empowerments through the channel of our fellows, through the channel of our members. Because when they bring the business, it goes back to them. Even in our last conferences, we are also practicing our referral commission, which is also one of the business. When you refer a member, you earn commission. You refer a member, you earn commission. It's also there in our document. And we are practicing it, and they are getting all this reward, and they are happy. So it's a collaborative movement. In your own state, you meet the commissioner, you can meet the governor on our behalf. Let them know there's an institution like this. We are ready to work together. You becomes the movement, the vehicle to get it done. That is how the business works. It's not the business of buying and selling. It's the collaborative business of communication. Just communication. Just communication. Many of us have the leaders who have all the powers to make things happen in various organizations. Communicate to them. Let them know that they have to work with an institution of this nature to impact their workforce, to transform the mentality of their workforce so that their life can be saved, so that they can ensure zero fatalities and injuries in the workplace. So these are the areas of business we are to also look at. Another area is partnership and collaboration, just what I'm also talking about. It also boils down to collaborations. It boils down to that. Another area is job opportunities. Yes, on areas of job opportunities, we always have intake, because that's why we have corporate members. We have so many companies that are corporate members, and whenever they need safety professionals, they also write the National Secretariat, and within the network we have, within our member, we broadcast the information, we send the information. I'm happy that state chapters are setting up WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups so that they can be communicating, which have to be managed very well to avoid the issues of cyber threat and all that. So we pass this information to everyone to make sure that those who have what it takes to represent in those job opportunities are picked up. Those who have the skills and knowledge are brought on board to manage such opportunities. So these are part of the things we do, because a lot of people have been asking me, yes, becoming a member, what next? All these things we are discussing now is what next? As a distinguished fellow of the institution in your state, if the chapter there is not active, and if the chapter is not working, or if the chapter is not even chapter at all, write to the National Secretary. We have a structure, we have a procedures for establishment of those chapters. We will establish the chapter. We establish it. And once it's established, whatever generation, whatever revenue has also spread so that everybody will be happy, so that you'll be able to have your own resources to do some things you need to do, to push the advocacy at that level, at the state level, as a student level to push the advocacy. So these are the stuffs we do, these are the things we do to engage our members. Okay, you have heard what Mr. Chris said. You can't just be on the fence to complain, or you can't just be on the fence to, to question anybody. You have to bring your questions, bring your ideas, not just to bring questions, but to bring the solution. You have seen areas that is not being done well, suggest how it should be done, and give an idea how it should be handled. Because I believe our institution is for everyone. It's for all stakeholders. It's not made for some group of people. So it depends on what you are bringing on the table. You are not coming to ask the association, we are sharing money because we are not a political platform. It's a charity-based institution for the society and for the industry. Therefore, you must bring something on the table to discuss a way forward. And that is the way it works. When you don't bring it on the table, there is nothing to discuss. The institution is working very hard to bring the government into what we do, where we should be having some grants and having some funds to execute some projects. We already have one from Nasarawa State, which we are waiting for it to kick off soon. We are having another one from the Imo State government based on the agreement signed so far. We are also looking forward to have more, but they have not come to actualization, but we still have to work and be very optimistic and hopeful that these people can be able to see the project we want to bring to societies and to fund it. So it's a movement. Many of us here have the connections. Keeping your connection is also keeping opportunities to save lives. When you don't talk, you are depriving people of getting the information, and you are killing them. Yes, you are killing them. When you don't spread the information with love, for them to know that they need to know it. Yesterday, you cannot imagine the kind of love I felt with over 120 principals in Abuja. All the principals in all the whole secondary school in the whole of HCT. They were so happy. They were so glad. At the national level, we did not receive millions. But we are so happy that we have given out what we have as an institution, as a professional body. We are happy. So that is how it should be at the state level. You are the one to do it. That is how it should be at the local government. You got me, the local government chairman. Come up with a proposal, draft it. Let us at the national level understand what you want to do. We position it and fly it on the letterheading of the association. Or we fly it at the level of your own collaboration with your company, if your company is a corporate member. And whatever that comes there, everybody is happy. That is collaborative effort. The essence of it is not making money. The essence of it is spreading the network, is spreading the awareness through the platform, through the vehicle, which is OSHAssociation. So it's a call for everyone. I so much appreciate everyone, and that is how we can move forward. And so far, I must congratulate you for being a member of the association. We already have that ideology and that mentality of a lot of people become member of a body like this for recognition, adding value to their CVs. That one is there. Adding value to your profile is a good one, but it is not all. It is just 1 out of 10. We have more to do to save lives and to spread the awareness. Meet your pastors, meet your Catholic bishop, meet the imam at the mosque, arrange collaborative workshop for everyone. That will help to save a whole lot of people that have shown negligence of this safety at home. Playing with gas cookers, playing with candles, playing with fire safety at home. It will save and reduce so many testimonies. I told one pastor sometime, one of the things that will reduce all these testimonies that I fell sick, I fought from here, fire nearly killed me and my family. What will save it is not prayer. What will save it is knowing safety. And the pastor agreed, and we have to move to work. So let's get these things straight. It will help us and it will help Nigeria We have 200 million Nigerians. We cannot boast of 1 million Nigerians who is out there for safety. We cannot boast of 1 million. It's very shameful to professionals. It's a big shame to professional bodies who claim to be safety professionals. That is why I asked earlier on, who is a safety professional? Is it someone who has certificate? You have failed. It is one who broadcasts the message, who brings others on board. We are a moving train and we are ready for this business. Business of saving lives. Business of promoting safety. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful speech, Engineer Wallach, for that wonderful address. I'm sure you spoke to all of us, and a takeaway from all of us, we're not leaving this meeting going back to the status quo. We understand that the responsibility to build this platform, to build this noble institution lies with each and every one of us. We cannot be great without everyone. So there is a role for everyone to play in getting safety across to every person, living the vision and the mission of the association to make safety a part of every part of the society. Thank you so much once again, Engineer Walaka. And now the floor is open for questions and answers, contributions, comments. Please type in your questions in the chat box, or you could, if you have any contribution to make or any questions, you could raise your hand or you leave the question in the chat box. Thank you.
But Engineer Abraham, please, our distinguished fellow and also very vibrant and also a leader in the construction and oil and gas sector, a chief executive. Please, over to you, sir.
I thank you very much, Engineer Walaka. Your speech actually is inspiring because from what you said, the transition between what Osazowa Chris said to what you said, I think epitomizes the goal of HSE. Because you cannot achieve anything in HSE without collaborative effort. It is only through collaborative effort you'll be able to drive the information into the heart of people. And the heart is the seat of emotion and motivation. So how effort, unless you're a member of the foundation, member of ISPAN. But from what I see today, is totally different, totally different. And you see me, I'm smiling because this is what I live for. And I've been in this industry since 1980, and I'm still here. So, and that is what I do every day of my life, inculcating safety into people's hearts, and not just inculcation, but inspiring them, motivating them to have passion for safety. So I'm happy to belong to OSHA, and in fact, I'm promising the organization I will use the remaining part of my life to see that this organization is driven to whatever corner I know people, so I will cooperate, and this collaborative effort is what will help us to achieve the goal, that ultimate goal of OSHAssociation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
A big hand for him, a big hand for him. It is not easy to take an oath of this nature, telling you guys and all the leaders on board, using the rest of his life under this platform to promote safety is a serious oath and is a serious commitment engineer have taken. He has been communicating with us often, and today I believe he have seen the narrative and the focus of the institution. Thank you so much. Can we clap for him once again? Let's appreciate him for that wonderful speech. hands so that raise your hand so I can see you, or maybe use your device to raise your hand. Maybe I can easily locate. Okay, Dr. Ebere Mbanefo, please over to you, Doctor from University, from Uniben, I think, from Uniben. Doctor, over to you.
Hello, engineer.
Thank you.
And everybody in the house, good evening. I'm Dr. Ebere Mbanaso from Abia State University. It's Abia State University, College of Medicine.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Yeah. I'm glad to be here. It's been a wonderful time. I enjoyed all the presentations. It's quite inspiring, really. My question is, do we have a physical secretariat here in Abia State? I'm aware of the student chapter. I don't know if we have a secretariat that's existing right now in Abia State. If we have, I would like to know where it is. If we don't, it would be nice to get to know how to attract one, because you said if there is none in your state, that you can contact the National Secretariat, that you'll be able to probably get one working in our state. So that's actually, I would like to know really, do we have one here? If not, how do we go about it? Thank you so much, engineer. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for that wonderful question. Yes, Abia State don't have active, we have some members, a lot of members and fellows, just like what we are talking about here today. It's all about being active. It's all about having the love to spread this message to save lives of people in the society. It have not been active for the best of my knowledge from the National Secretariat, but recently it also occurred to my desk that we have an proposal already since after the last conference from Abia State, from the fellows over there, to be able to establish a very vibrant, active chapter in Abia State. And I believe starting with this week, the structures and the informations they need is already communicated to them. And I'm going to take it up so that within 2 weeks, 1 week time, I believe that structure should be up. And the structures are coordinated and also managed, because somebody may ask, how does this work? In every country, we have regional presidents. And for Nigeria contents, we have 36 states. So we have vice that supports the regional president. So in every state, we are expected to have vice presidents who are also fellows of the association, who should drive, starting with the governor, with the #1 citizen of the state, down to every other level. So that is how it works. In Abia State, we were there last year. We met the governor. The governor hosted us in his house, in the state house, with those in the diaspora. I was one of the delegation. So the governor already know about us. He already know about OSHAssociation. We have met in different occasions. We have his clips and videos and pictures during last year visits. So I believe if we have a very active team in Abia State, they will do marvelous. They will do wonderful, because it's something that we have those in the authorities, we have those in government, they are all fellows, but it needs somebody who have that love to coordinate, who is also very proactive to work with the national office to get that chapter very active and working for the benefit of Abians, not for the benefit of us in Abuja, but the benefit of those in the society. Thank you, and that will be addressed now. I will also put you in the picture. I have already noted it, so I'm going to carry you along with the structure, with the fellow who is coordinating that, so that he will be able to carry everybody along. We already have a very proactive student chapter, which we have developed. Last week, we had a student chapters leaders meeting, and many of them are doing well to making sure that this message is being handled from the student level, because when we do that, we'll be able to produce safety-conscious engineers, safety-conscious doctors. We have been hearing some years back that you see some doctors doing operation, they will forget scissors in somebody's stomach and forget needle in some. It's carelessness and it's lack of safety consciousness. Good housekeeping handles that. Good housekeeping during surgery, good housekeeping handles it, and which is safety. So if we don't produce a safety conscious doctors and surgeons and all that, you are also producing hazardous individuals and professionals in the site. And that's the problem. Thank you so much, doctor. So more question is going. I have hand. Thank you. I have hand from Dr. Kufre. Dr. Kufre, please, over to you. Yes.
Yeah. I'm new member. I just registered last month during the conference. I try to communicate with people here in my state about the OSHA and health or the health safety. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, but most of the people I ask, they haven't any aware about the health, safety, health, and even the organization. Recently, even today, I visited from school because I saw the program you did yesterday in Abuja. I visited from school to see their preparation for tomorrow resumption. But most of the school I visited, they haven't done anything about the resumption for tomorrow. But yet, but still, they are offering school tomorrow. What kind of action can I do and advice to give them in that issue of safety health?
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, that is a good question. Thank you for taking the bold step to at least carry out a surveillance on safety matters within your state. And I think the best thing to do is for you to see, I believe at the state level, they have a state education management board, or maybe if you don't want to take it too far to that level, maybe visiting some of the principals to arrange in-house training and awareness with the association. So you need to talk to us possibly from tomorrow. Let's see how we can put something together. Then you can drive it from that end. Because I don't think we'll be ready to travel down from Abuja just for that purpose. So you're already on ground. You are the champion there. You are the safety advocate over there. As a member, you will be given that opportunity to pass the information to your people. If by the time we speak further, to see your level of knowledge and awareness and also training, so that we can empower you as an institution to reach out to the schools. Even if you can't be able to achieve it at the government level or at the state level, like what we did in the FCT Abuja to gather, that is from the government level. That's why it was easy to achieve. To gather the whole principles in the whole states, like FCT, can only be done from the government angle. So if you can't take it from that angle, I will say you start individually. Start with one school, second school, third school, fourth school, just like that. Why we also look at how to write to the management to be able to impart these principles, do a workshop for them, a one-day workshop or something, so that they can be imparted with the required knowledge to save the life of these students, to put preparations in place, to teach them even the nose mask, how to use it, all this kind of stuff. These are the things we need to look into. So let's talk tomorrow. Please communicate to us through any of the secretarial number you have, and let's put something together. We are very much ready, and we have serious team in the national office now, and working closely to make sure we carry everybody along. So thank you so much. I also have seminar question like this in the dashboard from our own member from Aburoko Johnson. He's talking about the public awareness stage in terms of membership recruitment, that we assist in recruiting members and all that. And also collaborating to do some things in the local government level and all that. Okay, all these stuffs can be done by you. Please, if we want to do it right, we have to sacrifice. The problem we have in Nigeria today, I know that the level of poverty is getting high and people are no more conscious of anything. we have gotten so bad, the level of safety of this country have gotten so bad that somebody can remain food Friday and keep warming it and sell it on Monday. Just to make sure that he recovers his or her money, to make sure without carrying the danger. I'm telling you what I have seen. Even though selling fruits, it have gotten too bad. So this is what is killing people. So we need to carry this advocacy to the doorsteps, to the society, to understand the implications and the consequences of our actions, how we are doing business, especially businesses that have to do with safety directly, like food safety. Then talking of safety in the industry and in the educational sector. So these are the things we need to do. You need to set off time, bring out time at the local government level, make some movement, just like our brother did in Kano, to go and make inquiries and to find out that these principals have no knowledge about what safety is. They only know wear nose mask. That is the only thing government have told them. Wear nose mask. Have to wear it. Government have not made provision to teach them how to wear it. What is it all about? Government have not made provision to teach them. So we as a charity organization, let's help the masses. Let's help the society to live a safer life. Okay, more questions from, I have a question, I have a hand from our leader from Europe, that is Ms. S. Williams. Please, S. Williams, over to you before I proceed to questions. We are still in questions and answers.
Yes, it's because I see a lot of questions. How are we going to bring the safety matters to the government and so on? And you said it before, you are actively, and I trust in that. Mr. Owalaka is a great man with great connections. And this is one of the things that you need to have, connections. And you know somebody who knows somebody and so on. And you need to believe in that. And if you have this cause, because I don't believe that you are here on a Sunday wasting your time if you're not really interested in making a change in Nigeria. So I believe that you are here for the right reasons. And I'm going to tell you, I don't like to be on video like this. I'm now on video. I don't like that. But I have a message to the people. And I realized to bring that message to the people, I have to expose myself. I have to go on camera and stuff. And that is also a way. This is what we can do as members of the association to spread this information, to make more and more people aware in your environment. And the more people that talk about this, the bigger this issue gets. This awareness of lack of health and safety, attention to health and safety, the more people that are in the authorities and so on are going to notice it. They're going to say, wow, people are talking about this, and only 3 years until elections, so we better do something about it. That's how the world goes. That's how politics go. So the more people that are talking about health and safety, the more you are going to be noticed, and the more people higher up are going to be aware of there needs to be a change, because otherwise we are going to have this rebellion on our hands. And even without this, the more people you inform, you have this base already. Mr. Walaka has gone to schools and explained about wearing face mask and so on. These people are with our youth. There are many student members here. You are the base that everything is going to change in the future. We know that, because we are what Mr. Walaka was just saying also. I know there is a lot of traditions and rules about respect in Nigeria, but you have to realize, if somebody is selling you bad food, how much does that person respect you? And don't you deserve more respect? Do you not have the right? Do you not have the self-respect to speak up and say, I'm sorry, but that's bad food. If you're going to sell me that, I'm going to somewhere else. And, you know, mouth-to-mouth advertising is still the best thing. So it's for free also, but it can kill your business too. So if you're telling the other persons, all your friends, you don't have to go buy that store because they sell you bad food, your business is going to die. So yes, you have the right to say something. If they are trying to sell you bad food, say something. You're worth more than that. You deserve more respect. So that's all that I wanted to add. And please keep spreading the message. Every person you speak to will speak to other persons. It is a ripple. You can affect millions of people. Don't underestimate your impact on the society, and especially as a member of this organization. We know what we're talking about. We're teaching one another every day. And by the way, it's true what Mr. Chris said. I breathe, I sleep safety. I remember a moment we had a big party in my hometown with all my friends from when I was young and so on, and we were all drunk. And even that I was drunk, but still I was bringing people home safe. So that's the thing. I'm not making any money by being here today. I don't make any money with anything that I do on the forum or anything, but it brings me connection to other people. If I didn't do this, all these efforts, didn't make all these efforts, have this big why and be motivated by this big why, I would never have gone from Nigeria on the plane talking to a Zimbabwean and a Zimbabwean going to Manchester and then meet in Manchester Mr. Uwalaka. I would not have been here if I was chasing the money. So have this big why and let's unite and make this work in Nigeria. Let's make Nigeria better, because I don't agree that Europe is at what level was it? The highest level, yeah, anyways. I think we should always have this level of advocacy, because things are always evolving and always changing. We should always keep making people pay attention, because if it's too common, the attention goes away. And I know Nigeria, I meet so many Nigerians and they are so intelligent, and I always say it's such a shame, and that's a problem in your country. Education is not up to your capacity of your resourcefulness, your intelligence is much bigger than what they are teaching you, what they are feeding you in schools. So that should change, and I bet you, if you are here, you can be part in something that will grow out to be a really big thing in Nigeria, because Nigeria is developing and is maybe at the start of things. And that's what is so beautiful. You can be in that base. You can be a pioneer. So be proud of that and spread the message.
Thank you. A big hand for her, please, having our 5th edition of this training, which we always have up to 40, 50 delegations, top executives at different levels, registering for the different categories of OSHAssociation training programs. So, and these programs are made at a very discount rate for members. So every member or any member who sees the advert and interested, irrespective of where you are or whatever it is, and you are interested, there is nobody who have even called on us, even from the national or from the state levels or from any level that is really interested, that we deny registering for this course just because of money. Many people have participated without even no payment, but their zeal and their persistence to be partake of it only shows us they are really interested and they can influence the society. And for that reason, they are also permitted into such classes. So please, feel free to contact us. I'm also responding to Architect John and also others who have such questions. Be very much open to communicate to us all the time, and also partake in some of the movement that we do. That's very, very needful. Again, I'm seeing from the dashboard somebody saying the need for the OSHA to take up a proactive move and initiative to campaign against the bad roads, the hazards in the roads and all that. Fine. That is why we are working with the state government, with ministries. For example, in the next 2 weeks, we are having a training all the inspectorate and all the engineers in the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, covering the whole nation. And that will also help us to pass that message to the minister, which will be done through the regional president and other major means. So we'll keep doing our best. That is why we need decision makers in our midst. That is why we need people who have the authority to change, not those who have to pass the message. No, we need the decision makers. Number one, citizens. Number one, stakeholders. We need them. As chief executive, as directors, as ministers, as governors, as senators, we all have so many of them. And we are still working on them. We are still working on them because it's not easy to change their mentality overnight. It's not easy to tell them the benefit of what safety can bring to a ministry or to a nation or to a sector. It's not easy. It's going to take some time because they are politicians. So it's going to take a whole lot of preaching and talking and to change their mentality to see the value, which is always return on investment. Thank you. Okay, we are going back to Honorable Ugochukwu Nzekwe, the estate to the governor of Imo State, if his network is clear now. That's over to you, please.
Okay. I believe it's clear now if you're hearing me very well. Thank you, Mr. Walaka. Unfortunately, something happened. For me, what I want to add in what we are doing is to thank you for a good job you're doing and to remind us that in the course of doing my job, I found out that there are areas we are lacking some kind of attention. And that area is on the people who call physically challenged people. In my state, I have an advisor on special citizens. That's what we call them. I believe if OSHA has not been able, if they've not been able to do something for these people, it's high time we start talking about them. Because for the fact that they are physically challenged, they are very vulnerable. And we need to bring safety to where they are. Let me tell you what happened to one function I attended. I saw a woman on wheelchair. She attended that function. At a point, she needed to visit the convenience. Somebody directed her with her wheelchair. When she got very close to the door, the wheelchair couldn't enter, and there was nobody to help. She had to crawl down. She came down from her wheelchair and crawled through the toilet. You can see the level of hazard before she was able to ease herself. So I want a situation whereby OSHA can take these people into cognizance, this particular thing into cognizance, and make sure that something is done in that direction if they've not been able to do that. Yes, if they want to organize a training for them, I am sure it's not only in Imo State where you have special advisors on special citizens. We can put them together and then look for a way to bring safety very close to them, because that's where you see this hazard. There is no way. For instance, what I'm trying to do in my state now is to create an avenue whereby every public park, every public place must have a space for physically challenged to park their vehicle. If you go there and park your vehicle and you're not a disabled person, we will penalize you. That is what I'm doing right now in my state. And I've had the cause to have a meeting with all of them. And I want a situation whereby we can replicate all this. Because these people, when you see them, the hazard is written all over them. In their place of abode, that OSHA should look for a way to do something for these people. They've done enough globally. And I also want them to look in this special area. And the moment they do that, I can guarantee you, all over the world, OSHA will be leading on the issue of safety. Ordinarily, like you said, when you visited Imo State, we are quite happy to be associated with you. And the state is doing a lot now to accommodate your organization. And like I said, by the time you come back to Imo State again, you'll be happy with us. And I can assure you that in the next 1 or 2 months, we are going to organize a seminar. In that seminar, OSHA will participate fully. And Imo State, I think, will be good for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Can you please clap and also appreciate our own distinguished fellow, not just our own fellow, but special advisor to the Governor on Public Safety Office. He has been doing a whole lot, and he's a man with a heart of safety. We can say, can we appreciate him again? Can we appreciate him again? It's not easy. Many other states are not doing the same. They will just employ and assign politicians who does not even understand, or who cannot even understand what safety is all about. We have seen that happening. But in Imo State, the case is different. So thank you so much, sir, for your recommendation, your advice. Our international team, and we are all hearing, our leaders in Nigeria, they are all hearing. But the issue is that as an institution, we don't have all it takes in terms of implementing some of these things. We can only advise, we can only develop policies, we can only develop structure, we can only develop technical framework, we can only also advocate, as we are doing now. Through strategic means, like you are talking to us today, not just from the outside, you are talking to us as one of us, as a member of this great institution. And that is one of the strategic ways to make it happen. So in terms of issues of persons with disabilities, sure, it's going to take a whole lot of time to achieve that working. If you go abroad, or maybe in the Western world, you see those persons with disabilities are being considered. They are being factored into the plan, even during the building projects, during the design of the buildings, during the road infrastructures. They are all factored in the plan. But in Africa and also in Nigeria, as a case study, those things are not factored into place. Even in the airports, the building of some of the airports, those with their wheelchairs and all that, even in the Federal Secretariat building, I have seen that happening. Even in the State House. So you can see that we are far from the reality. But it's not the end of the game. We as advocates, we as leaders, we need to now try as much as possible to change the narratives, so that the new development coming up, these things will be factored. Imagine somebody like you are not going to any infrastructures or maybe building project by the state government. You will now have to look at to ask the architect or the builders, please, can we see the plan? Where are the provisions made for persons with disability? They will show you. And if it's not there, you have to kick against it. That is what we are talking about. But if it's somebody who does not understand what safety is, they after just do the house and paint it and commission it. So these are the issues. So we have I have noted your points, sir. We will do our best, and I will also have to appreciate you in this family meeting. Now we call it family meeting because we have non-members in this house. In this family meeting, for us to give a big hand to the essay to the governor, I will tell you reason why. Reason why is that the essay to the governor have really pushed. We now have facility accommodated at the state building, where we are going to have OSHA liaison office, where we are going to have our own personnel working with the state government through his office very closely in decision making, in contributions, and in idea innovations and all that. So please, can we clap for him, our own distinguished fellow, who have made that provision for the association at the state level. Even at the federal level, where we are at the federal level in Abuja, we are being hosted by the federal government at the national office of the federal government. So we are also being hosted at that level. And we are doing our best for the benefit of Nigerians, not just doing our thing for ourselves. So it's a collective work. We are going to try to keep pushing the advocacy with your state government, with your governor, Very soon, he's already plotting the graft. We are going to have governor as one of us. We have governors who are fellows. Governor of Nasarawa State is a fellow. He commissioned a project last year ended. So Imo State governor is joining the movement. To have the governor as our member, we'll visit him and give him the orientation. They are the people to make safety work, not those at the grassroots. And we believe that we'll get it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your time and your contributions so far. And Engineer Walaka,
sir,
I must sincerely appreciate you as well.
Thank you, sir.
As a safety man of the year, I'm giving that to you. I hope you'll accept. S. Williams, thank you all the way from Europe. And I have to also appreciate each and every distinguished members on this forum. My colleague, His Royal Highness, and engineer from England, and so also the distinguished fellow members that have contributed so far, and also our Vice President from the Rivers. Thank you very much. I think it's a nice thing that we have converged together. We've come together to talk about that, which is very, very paramount and important to us. We all should be champion of safety. We have our certificates, we have the acronyms. It doesn't stop there, it doesn't end there. Being champion of safety is what really makes us what we have. And that acronyms, which we all want to have at the end of our name. By the time that we practice the safety that we're talking about, at the end of the day, we'll be very happy. Everybody will be okay. Our engineer Walaka says cited so many examples, and these are facts. And it's just so shameful when you notice all these minor mistakes coming, even in our homes. And I want to attribute this to negligence. Negligence is also part of the problems we're having as far as safety is concerned. Most of these things, we are not ignorant of it. We know it, but we just tend to ignore and neglect it at times. And that becomes very, very expensive. It becomes very, very expensive, leading to death, unforgivable, unbearable, unaffordable. So I want to enjoy each and every one of us. Let us practice this safety. It is very, very important. It's what we need. And it's a society thing. It is society-minded. Now we'll be looking at so many things. We'll be going around. We'll be talking to our people, our fellows, our members in high places. They need to encourage more. I think the governments are slowing down as far as safety is concerned. And I want to say that it's a national phenomenon. It's a challenge nationally. We need to find a structure, put a structure in place whereby safety can be embraced, whereby members in high places can encourage this and make each and every government face that which is safety. Safety first, before every other thing. So many other things that we're putting in place, those things are not we're not putting them on the high foundation. The real foundation of all is safety. When you have a safety in place, then all that thing can stay on that safety. And it will interest you to know that most people in high places, when you go to the office, they don't even know what the safety rules are. We don't have it placed. They don't even have it in their mind. They don't tell you in case there's hazard, these are safety routes, and these are routes that you have to take. So please, let us look at all this and let us embrace it. This forum will be a current one. And we're not going to do like we've been doing in the past, that we just have to converge in a place before we can talk about this safety. Thank God for technology. We can come together. We're seeing different people in different parts of the world. And this is a very good forum. I want to recommend that this is something that we can be doing on a regular basis, maybe on a monthly basis, as lovely members. of this OSHA. Thank you all, and wish you a safety coming week, and see more of you again. Thank you.
Please, Barrister Sam, 30-second shorthand no, sir. He's also our distinguished fellow. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, professional colleagues. It's always a great thing coming together, speaking the same language, and a language that matters to everybody. I was really impressed when our colleague from Imo State was talking about the what they are doing, which is very commendable, and we wish to see similar thing being done in other states. Thinking out of the box, thinking for those who nobody thinks for is a great way to go. I really commend that initiative. This is the most appropriate time to make impactful contact with people in the society. Anybody that is impacted this time around will never forget. The platform is set, the opportunities are there. What it requires most is the commitment, the dedication, and the drive to get the message across to the larger society. And thank you for the leadership in the country. You really smoking is very commendable. The way you're driving the stuff on board is a great thing, combining safety and security. I can't see a better profession in the world than that, because both are complementary, and really, if one doesn't work, the other will work, and the language are almost the same. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See everybody in the next meeting in November 2020. And for all of our delegates from the diaspora and also our international leaders, I congratulate you all for joining us. We appreciate you for your time. And for all of our members, we appreciate you for your time. Any time you spend with us is going to be a quality time. It's a promise. And also for those who are asking for chapter in Akwa Ibom, in Ebonyi, please, once you drop this, write a letter, write a proposal to Nigeria at OSHAssociation.org. It will drop at the secretariat. And once it drops at the secretariat, they will take it up immediately. Let me drop it here. That is Nigeria at OSHAssociation. Many of us already have the email. Just drop your interest or your drive or whatever move you want to take. Some of the move we run in millions, we run in dollars. Even if you want us to train your whole local government in Qatar, in Turkey, in Belgium, in Ghana, in Dubai, in UK, anyone you want, it can turn up to be in pounds and dollars, and you get your rewarding commission for that move. Thank you all, and we appreciate you. On behalf of the regional team and also the National Secretariat Abuja, we say bye. A open shout out to everybody. Please, can you shout out to our team, shout out to our VP, shout out to our Royal Highnesses. Thank you all, and thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.